Hi, my name is Shiny. I am the founder and kueh maker of AhMah's Legacy. I started AhMah's Legacy as a final year project because my grandma passed during my final year. And then I did a research on traditional food and how the younger generation didn't really appreciate traditional food. I actually came out with AhMah's Legacy doing traditional food with a modern twist. And then it was a small little passion project until it became a business. I called this AhMah's Legacy because I felt that my grandma has taught me a lot of things, and through her teachings it becomes a legacy, and I would push that legacy out. I'm very used to having numericals, right, with your numbers and stuff like that when it comes to baking. But my grandma doesn't cook with any numbers, she just based off a feel. I really tried to write a recipe for her kuehs. It was impossible. So how it went about me learning from her is just her pouring it in and I'm just mixing and I'm just looking at her how much it weighs at the end, but it will never be the same. So I will never actually have a physical recipe. I think I'm very transparent with what I put inside. So if you see online and everything, most of the time people are very afraid of putting out the ingredients out there to tell people what they put inside. Of course, I don't give you the percentages and everything, but I'm very clear-cut on what I put inside. Being sensitive to this kind of things is important to me, so that it really feels as if your family members cooking for you. You ask them what you put inside. They won't tell you, oh, I don't tell you. They will actually tell you everything. So I try to be as clear as possible. So if anybody doesn't like one thing in it, then fine, it's okay. You can always choose something else. There's so many different old school routes, which is not what I want to do. I'm trying to go like a Japanese style, whereby you have a specialty shop and then you have everything made by hand, etc. So I don't really have like a cookie cutter like how-to, like a dummy's guide to doing a kueh business. So it's a lot of it is figuring out on my own. I definitely made modern evolutions of what was provided to me. Actually, my grandma's uncle kueh is something that I don't really like to eat because it's, the old school peanut, very dry, very like and I learned from her how to make the skin, how to make all of that. But I have my own way of like making it taste nicer because I'm also a bit of a picky eater. So I would say that traditional things, some things can maintain the same, some things need to match up with nowadays, the palates of today. Because if you have access to peanut butter, you have access to all these things, then why are you making your peanut uncle kueh dry? And you can make it nice and juicy. I am very interested in pastry and a lot of the techniques. So what I do is I try my best to incorporate a bit of Western, fusion items to pair along, such that it works well with the kueh. At the same time, also working with like different culinary techniques in different like not just traditional ones, but also per se doing pralines, doing caramels, etc. to incorporate and make something interesting. To eat is fine, but to continue is tough. Because nowadays, I would say that people we are all living very fast-paced life. Making kueh is something that's very slow, and it's not something that's instant gratification. There's a lot of steps to it, a lot of processes that's required to just make one product. It's labor-intensive, so to continue maybe a bit tough. They will put their own spin to things, just like how I make my own spin to traditional food. I would say that I will do it again, but I probably won't do it the way I did. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't have grown the way I did. I think I would not have... people do EXP gaining, right? I gain a lot of EXP just by doing this. Being thrown into the depths of the sea and figuring things out myself. My dad would say that my grandma is looking down upon us, like from the satellite, thinking, can I say in Chinese? 叫你读大学 then end up 你来这边做kueh. If she was here, she will give me her words of wisdom, and maybe, hey, she will be the selling point instead of me. Put your hand like this. Use the spoon. press it down.